Hello guys, so last time where we left off, we were creating the register and the login activity, and we haven't signed in any contacts yet. And yeah, I may be taking my time to explain everything. It's just that the first time that I learned this, no one explained me anything, and I was very lost. So I feel that it's very important for me to explain every single detail, so you guys at least can understand how the code structure works. So I hope I'm being as explicit as I can be. If you guys if you guys are liking this video, please leave me comments. If you have any feedback, anything you want to tell me, please leave comments below. But okay, let's pick it up from where we left off. So where we left off, we could just do this, but no register or login in, and our register was not set up. So our login is in terms of elements, it's connected. Now let's quickly connect the register activity. So we have that there, and we're gonna do the same as the login. So I don't know if you guys remember what we did on the login, but first we declared what elements we were gonna have. So for the register is different. We have the EDT email, EDT full name. We have the EDT password, or edit text, by the way. That's what EDT stands for. And then the EDT password too, which stands for confirm password, but confirm password is way too long. Okay, yeah. The button, BTN register. Then we have a text view, and that's gonna be the link register. We came to an agreement. Well, I came to an agreement that we're just gonna call link and wherever we are on the activity, in order to avoid confusion. And I know that I may have created some on the previous video. I hope that not too many get confused, and just follow along. Set up Firebase. No, Firebase libraries. Oh, whatever. Setup. Yeah. Firebase setup. Excuse my English. Now, so database reference. We're doing this for various reasons. Right now, I will show you how to set up Firebase, because this is very important. But yeah, so every time we create a user, Firebase has an API that it has the user separate to the database, but we also want to put the user in the database, because we're gonna make use of the user's information. Or well, ideally, you as a programmer want to use the user's information for other things other than logging in and log out. You want to use it for, like, if they have their name, if they have age, etc., etc. So we're gonna have to insert that information into the database also, and you'll see what I'm referring to. Actually, I'm gonna explain it right now so you guys are not confused to what I'm referring to. And I'm just gonna run this in order to connect it to Firebase. This says checking if the app has communicated. You may need to uninstall and reinstall your app. Just run it, and this may take a few minutes. Last time it took 5, but it always runs with no problem. If it takes more than 30 seconds, I'm just gonna skip. But but it shouldn't be a problem. Let me see something quick on my notes. Okay. Well, okay, I'm just gonna skip this. I don't think there will be a problem if I skip it. You guys just make sure that this gets connected. If it doesn't, if you're having trouble, what you can do is on the emulator, you Firebase off. This is the app that we're doing. You can drag this into here, you uninstall it like so, and then you run it again like so, because that will help to detect, that will help Firebase to detect it. But it's taking way too long, so I'm just gonna skip this step. But you guys make sure to do this. Okay, so oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's a little bit. This is done. Well, whatever. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Here's our database, and we haven't created it yet. So I'm gonna put full screen. So what we're going to do is create database, start in test mode, enable. Actually, down. Not entirely sure this is the exact database that we wanted. Yeah, we don't want to use Cloud Firestore. We want to use the real-time database. That's the one that we want to use. So make sure you're using real-time database. Then in authentication, this is very important because when I was a newbie, I took so long to figure out a problem that I had. I wasn't able to log in and register users, so because I had that, but I forgot to click it here. So yeah, me being a total noob. But yeah, saving you guys some time, so just enable it, email and password, so it is enabled, perfect. We have the database. We don't want that, we want the real-time database. We want to change this to true. True publish. Cool. That's a good sign. Okay. Alright, so now we have our Firebase setup just like we want. I don't know why this keeps on changing to Cloud Firestore. I hope that this won't be a problem. Just make sure whenever you create a database, you create the real-time database and not the Firestore. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, don't worry, I'll just make sure it works on the real-time database. Okay, let's continue. Alright, so first thing that you want to do, we already have, well, we need to set this up, finish setting that up. So let's do edt full name equals find view r.id dot full name. Then we're gonna do edt email equals find view r.id dot email should appear. So let's check password. That's wrong. Email. Okay. Yeah. So now we should find it. Email. Perfect. edt then password equals find view r email edt password 2 find view r.id dot password 2. Now let's set up the bottom, so btn register equals find view r.id dot btn register, and then the text view id, and then we want to do link. I forgot to put ID, so let's do ID link register because we're on the register activity. So link register. Yeah, my bad. That should be link register. Okay, cool. So now everything is set up. Now let's start with the fun part, which is Firebase. So first thing that a user does is to register. So we're gonna deal first with the registering, then we're gonna deal with the login and logout. I know that a lot of people rather do first the login, but because people create like the user from the Firebase website, but I rather just go straight into the register. So let's just go ahead and start doing the register. Okay. So first thing we're gonna do. So for you two guys to understand more or less how the logic from register works, I know some people know very well how it works, but for those of you that don't know, basically when everything just starts like working, the process starts firing when you click the button, the register button. It doesn't happen meanwhile you type. No, it only happens until you click the register button. So we're gonna set a quick listener in the button. So set a quick listener, new view. Jesus. Okay, and now what we're going to do is that we're going to create a string from the input field. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna make a string from whatever information is filled out from the edit text fields, and we're gonna use that information to push or send into Firebase in order to make the logic, which in this case we will use it to create the user. So that's why we're creating the strings. So text email you know what, guys? I think yeah, let's add username. So this will be very quick. So okay, here we're also gonna do adt username, and this is okay. So my thing is that maybe we didn't use username because we're always gonna be signing in with the email, but we can use the username also for like the profile or whatever you want your name to be displayed on the application, because maybe you don't want your full name for, I don't know, privacy purposes, but you may want to display a username. So we're gonna add that right there, which we need to add it to the layout, and I'm just gonna quickly add it below full name. So I'm gonna call this username and then the hint username. So it was that easy. Now we also have to put it here, so below full name et username equals find view on.id username. Okay, cool. So now we're back to where we were. So here we are converting, or I don't know how you can call it, maybe fetching the information in order to push this to Firebase. So text username equals username dot get text. So string. So we want to make sure that it's a string type of data. Email equals et email dot text dot string text password equals et dot password. It's pretty late here. I'm getting a little bit sleepy, but I really wanna get this done so you guys can have something to work with. Text to string. Okay. So now that we have that, now we're gonna go through the logic of signing in. So okay, so there's gonna be two ways of doing this. We're just trying to see my notes. Okay, so we're going to create a method or a function, whatever you want to call it, that actually registers the user, like only sends information, but the validation we're going to do it right here. The method is going to be outside of the onCreate method, but the validation is going to be inside. So I say that first we start with the register function. That way we can continue to the validation. So we're gonna call this register user final string username, and it's final because it's not going to change. So that's what final means that the variable is never going to change. Well, it's not that it's never going to change, but that is never going to change. So we are pulling this method from Firebase, which is create a user when given an email and a password. So here we go. Anon complete listener. Meaning that when this is complete, we want to check first if the task. Task. If the task is successful, we want to Firebase equals, and I guess that we're getting like the current user's token. So get current user, meaning that we want to recognize that he's signed in, and registered and signed in, I believe. I'm getting fire. Jesus, that's why. Okay. Small mistake there. String user ID equals Firebase user dot get UID. Okay. Then we're gonna create a. We're gonna push into our database. Firebase database. Get instance. Get reference. So we want to create a node called users, and that's going to be a node in our real-time database, and we want to put that ID. Hash string hash map equals new hash map. I'm guessing that we're hashing the ID. Well, we're actually hashing a lot of stuff. And by hashing, I believe it's scrambling, but I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Definitely not an expert here. Yeah, so I'm just doing the same for the ID, for the username, and then we want to hash. Well, this is not gonna be needed to the image. Maybe later on I can add on top of that, but we're not gonna need an image yet. Reference so we have the complete listener, new complete listener. So if the task is successful, we want to send the user to a new activity. So ideally, once you register, if you're authenticated and you get the current user instance and user ID, it's gonna take you to login activity, and in the login activity I'm gonna put logic where it checks whether you're authenticated, you have the token, etc, etc. So you don't even have to touch anything. You're just like you just have granted access, and you just go straight into the app, which is more or less what we want, kind of like with Instagram. just gonna copy this code. I mean just one line, because it's a pain to write all those caps, and you'll see. Yeah. So start T, and then our intent, then we finish. So that's if it's successful. If it's not successful, then we want to put something failed. Something went wrong. Let's try again. And then, so that's for the inner if, the outer if. So what is happening? So first we create a user with an email and password. Now the password can be repeated, doesn't matter, but in the email cannot be repeated. So if Firebase finds that the email already exists, then you're gonna go from here, then this is gonna be false, therefore it's gonna bring it all the way here, which says that email is already taken, and the user is gonna be forced to select a new email. So that's the logic. Else, if you created the user properly, then you're gonna send all this into the database and push it, and once this is successful, then you're gonna go into the login activity. Otherwise, it's gonna say like, oh, something went wrong, and this is referring to like, oh, when the internet goes wrong, then the process is interrupted, I guess. Okay, so that's the register. That's the register user method. Now let's do the validation, because we haven't done any validation at all, and we want to make sure that we have some sort of validation. So let's do validation. So if text utils dot is empty text username, and I'm just gonna copy this. And I know copying is not good for certain things, but this is just repetitiveness, and we don't really need to suffer for such repetitiveness. So now we're gonna change this to text email, password, and password too. And we actually don't need this last four. So if one of those are empty, then we want to put all fields are required. Else if the text password length is less than 6, then we say, hey, your password needs to be longer. Password has to be minimum 6 characters. characters long. Else, now we check if select this password doesn't equal text password to, so meaning if the two passwords don't match, then we print a token passwords must be the same. Wow, taking a little bit longer than I thought, but at least I want to show you how it looks after all of this. Else. And here we call the method that we created. Register user with text username and text email, text password. So I want to make sure that I created the method, username, email, password. Yeah, perfect. And we're truly not sending the username, we're just sending the email and password into Firebase Authentication, but we're using the 3 for the database. So now that that is done, let's test it. So I'm just gonna put pause, let's run it. Now we're prompted, we're here. We don't really want to log in because we don't have an account. So let's go into the register. So full name, Arturo Video, username, Arturo Video, email, and then password. So I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cause I just want to check the validation. Oh, password must be the same. Okay, cool. So let's make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Now let's say that my name is empty, like the name field, right? Let's try to register. Oh, apparently this one has the same. 5, 6. Okay, now they should be the same. Okay, that is wrong because it should say all fields need to be filled. So let me check where it says all fields are required. So oh, that's because I didn't put the full name. How dummy am I? So string text full name equals EDT full name dot get text dot to string. Okay, now it should work once we added it to this if statement test. I'm just gonna add it here. Okay, let's run it again. And I didn't copy it well. Okay, yeah, now it looks good. Good. Now let's run it again. Okay, it's done. So now all fields are correct. Good. So let's leave that empty because that's what we were testing before. Email, auto field, password 123456. 123456. So we checked before that this didn't match, and it did tell us that they didn't match. All fields are correct. Perfect. Now it works. Now let's try to get rid of that and put my name. Password must be the same. Okay, so what's happening here is that this is not an email format. Sorry, this is not an email format. And it's not gonna allow you to sign in because the email format is not well. For now, because I've been taking too long to continue, I'm gonna deal with this later. But that's the reason why it's giving an error. I just want to make sure quickly that there's validation. Yeah, no, but that's why. So now it should register now. Or just kidding. There are not matching. Wait, I'm missing something. Jesus. Nope, I'm not missing anything. Then I don't understand. Gonna change this on quickly. A little bit too much right now. So text username, email, password, password. Okay, good. And then the length, okay, that's already checked. And then if text password equals, if not text password equals text password 2, Toastmate register activity password must be the same. And then return. I feel that I'm missing a lot of returns. Yep, this is literally coding. You always get bugs. You always gotta figure out what's happening. And it is very late at night, but I really wanna show you guys this working, so okay, so now what I do here normally is get the logcat and see if I can get an error that's triggering that, but I don't see any error. trying to think where can the error be spotted, cause what I can think of is that maybe I'm not loading the correct passwords. Here maybe I'm not loading. Yeah. I knew it. Wow. Small mistakes, huh? Well, at least I knew my logic and how to correct it. Hopefully you guys saw me coding this and said like, oh Arturo, you're an idiot. You're leaving this as email instead of password. And hopefully you save that step, and hopefully like you already registered a user by now. But if not, well, hey, everyone commits mistakes, including the best coders, and I'm definitely not. I mean, I would like to say I'm a good coder, definitely not one of the best out there yet. So yeah, okay, so wait, actually now I want to test if this works. Oh damn, it did register it. So it's not particularly checking if the email is an email, like a valid email. So now that is registered for sure. And I'm gonna show you guys right now. But that means that here in email, text email address, yeah. It should like prompt me with like, oh, that's not a valid email or something of the sort. So I've had that before, I think. Okay, no user. Maybe because of the same thing. That's weird though. If I'm so by the logic that I have here, if right here, if the task is successful, then send me to the login activity. And we were just like right now we went back to the register, but before I was in the login activity, which means it was a successful sign up. So it should appear here. But I don't see any user. Okay, let's try again. So full name, Arturo Filio, Arturo Filio. Okay, I didn't see anything. Probably, yeah, we should put a toast here. This is like, oh, successful. So, toast. Successful registration. I'm missing a mess here. There you go. Okay, so we were already here when we submitted. So now we should have a user, but I don't see the user. So we're definitely getting an error. Trying to think what can we have as an error. what could cause it, and it could be either Firebase is not properly set up, or there's something in our method that is not working properly. So I'm checking my notes right now in order to see like whether I missed something. And I think I found the mistake. Yeah. No, that was not it. Okay, maybe, yeah, I think it was this. Oh my god, how can I forget that? I looked like a newbie. Wow. Like a newbie. Wow. By the way, I think I'm gonna get rid of full name. I'm just gonna leave username. I'm gonna get rid of one of this. So then for this method, password, text instrument. Okay, yeah, that's good because we're not using full name in this method. Okay, now it should work. Now we're gonna see our user. You'll see, guys. You'll see. Oh, we gotta change this because full name doesn't exist anymore. We just deleted it. So we also gotta change it here. So this is gone. Okay. Username. Video, email, autofill.com. Successful registration. Yes. Okay, now this is not appearing because we're not refreshing, I hope. Let me refresh. Yes, it's here. Feels so good when it works after like debugging in. To be honest, my mistakes were a little bit silly, but hey, it's there. So now, I know the video is getting a little bit long. This is getting almost to 50 minutes. Let me see how long the login method is, because otherwise, I don't know if I should just do another video for the login, if it's long-ish. Alright, so we already have the majority of the setup. I'm just gonna do it right now, because it'll probably take me 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll just do it right now. Sorry if the videos are a little bit long, but let me know if you guys rather have like 6 videos of like 15 minutes videos or just 2 videos of like 50 or 40 minutes videos. Let me know in the comments, because I really want to get the feedback. Okay, so we have this, but we also gotta set up the set a quick listener, new view on quick listener. So we're just doing what we did with the register button on the register class, but on the login class we are just setting up the login method. So string text email dot get text dot to string. So we're doing something similar as the register activity, as you can tell. So now I just want to see if I have a method here. Like, if I don't remember if I did like a login method, but it seems that I didn't, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so let's bang this code quickly. Text utils dot is empty. Text email. So we want to check if it's empty. Obviously, I'm not gonna allow you to fire the login method, because it's not worth Firebase's time. First, let's just make sure that there's actually something there. All fields are required. Else. So email, sign in with email and password, text email, text password, complete listener, on complete complete if task that is successful. And login activity like this. So if this is successful, we're gonna route or send the user to the main activity. Now I'm gonna copy this. Now this flags that I copied that I really don't like to write, because it's a little bit cumbersome to write in all caps. So what this is doing is that it won't allow you to go back into the login once you log in, because that's just bad UI. You'll just like stay on the actual app. So basically, like in Instagram, once you load into Instagram, if you want to go back into the login screen, you can't, because you're already logged in. That's what these flags are for. So just good user experience way of designing the app. If it's not successful, email or username are correct, and probably my wording either, but hell with it. Just want to show you guys that this works. Okay, we have that, and then so now I'm going to explain this. So what I have here is basically this is a check to see if you've been signed in, because just like in Instagram, you don't have to sign in every time you use the app. Otherwise, it's like way too bothersome. So what this method is going to do, the one that I'll put here, but it's not even a method, but it's just like a Firebase, Firebase method, I guess. It's gonna check whether you've been signed in previously, and then you're just gonna be able to go into the app without having to like verify your credentials. So now, because we already registered, we should be able to just log in. So my username, I remember it was the one that I used. Guess not. Or it broke. Let's see where it broke. Okay, audio track, there's just something with the emulator. Yeah, this has nothing to do. Okay, that's weird. Maybe I'm missing more setup also. The Firebase setup, yes. I'm such a dummy. Forgetting like very important stuff. Okay, let's rebuild this. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. But yeah, whenever you have an error going into the logcat, it's very useful. It's normally not as ugly as you saw, like the error printing. Email or username are not valid. I believe because here it has to be email, not username. And if so, I'm gonna have to change this hint to email. Yes. My bad, guys. Let's do that right now. Small details about developer, but I do love coding, so. That's not right. And then, so I'm gonna make sure that this like is coherent. Hit the email. Oh, I left it like that on purpose. I'll just change it to email. And I just did it to show that this is, it's not named the same as this, but yeah, whatever. Okay. So now in main activity, I'm just gonna like, cause I really want to show you guys the way it works. Okay, I wonder if I run it again, what happens? Okay, perfect. So if I run it again, I'm prompted with a login, and we just type in our credentials. There should be like a login, successful login or something like that. I'm gonna put a toast. It's bad UI not to let the user know that it was successful, I guess. I don't know. But, right, so now this is automatic login. And this is very cool because this is just as no, I see on start. Protected on start. So when I move this, actually, so I'm gonna do Option Shift, move it here, tab, get current user. So if current user is not known, meaning that there is a current user object fetchable in the session or whatever, means that the user is authenticated. So that's what happens. So you'll see what happened. What happens. So I'm just gonna log in as normally, and we're gonna see the toast that we just added to give feedback to the user. Successful login. Hello world. This is the main activity. So now if I pause and then I run it again, you're gonna see I'm gonna go straight into the main activity. And this is because it's checking whether we've been previously logged in, and it does check, and therefore it says like, oh, this user has been granted, so send him straight into the main activity. And this is very useful. It's good user interface and user experience, because the user doesn't have to put his password every single time. So this is very, very neat. I really like this. So then like you're like, okay, but what if, I don't know, someone's using my phone and they want to use their app on my phone quickly, but they cannot sign out. How do you sign out? Well, you basically create a button and you have the sign out method, which is really easy. But let's do it right now either way, so you guys can have like everything complete. And I know this is getting a little bit too long, but I'm gonna try to speed through this. So first, let's open the activity main XML resource file. Let's get rid of this. Let's create just a random button in the middle. So match parameter content. Wait, actually, I'm just gonna copy the button here. This I'm gonna make it linear, so it just follows the same design as the others. Now we have the padding, so it has like space all over the bottom. This is gonna be logout. BTN sign out. Okay, cool. And that's it for now. So now let's go here. So as usual, we want to declare it, and we want to do bottom BTN sign up. Here we're going to do BTN sign out equals formula ID BTN sign out. And then we want to create the method with a set and click listener. So when this is clicked, hold on, I'm checking my notes. Sign out. Okay. So we also need Firebase. So Firebase then we have to call this on inside of on create. So we can do it. We can do it here and out instance, and then to sign out when the button is clicked, we're going to do, where do I have it on my nose? I just saw it. Firebase auth get instance sign out. Start activity send. Just another way to start the activity, you know, shorter, funnier way. Finish, return, true. Oh, this is for a switch that I have for another app. Okay, so let's run it, and then with this we're done. But now you guys have the fully authentication setup, which you can add to your app. So this is the main activity, and here we just see the logout. So when we log out, we see the login. So when we try to log in, it won't let us go into the main activity anymore. So now we just log in again as usual. Boom, we're here. And this is how we log out. And we log out, we try to go back, it won't let us. Which is what we want. We want something that won't let us go back to the main app if we're not logged in. And there's the register, as you saw, the register works, and yeah, that's it. I know it was a little bit long, but I think it's worthwhile. So yeah, I hope you guys like this tutorial. I actually really like Firebase and Android authentication. I think it's very interesting. I don't know when I'm gonna be putting in another tutorial for Android, but I want to make an app so you guys, if you want to learn, you guys can like see the code and create something of your own, because a lot of what I learned is in here in YouTube for free. And I'm going to show you guys like which channels you should follow, because they are really good, and I really don't care like if they're better than me and you still watch me and you still watch them. I really don't care, because I'm doing this to help you guys. So this guy, Code That, really good, really good. He has like an Instagram course and a WhatsApp course, really good. So yeah, follow this guy, Code That. This guy is also really good. EDM Dev. This guy, really good. He also has really good tutorials. So follow this guy for sure too. He has a lot of excellent Android tutorials. Who else? Mitch Tavian. coding with Mitch. This guy is also really good. He also has really good tutorials like these Google Maps. You know, all those guys, those three guys that I just mentioned are really good. So follow them. And yeah, uh, if you like this video, hit this like. If you think it was good and useful, hit the subscribe button. Let me know if you guys want to, I don't know, listen or see other videos that you're interested on. I'm planning on doing some iOS authentication also. I'm not as good as Android. In Android, I think I feel a little bit more comfortable, but I'll get there. I'm working with Ionic in my work, so I need to get really good at Ionic, like in a very short time span. So I'm gonna be uploading an Ionic tutorial too in order for me to help the learning. And yeah, I'm just gonna continue with I haven't done the C and Unix tutorials. I'm gonna start doing those soon, and I'm gonna continue the Java data structures and algorithms. So yeah, that's it. Again, don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, share it with your friends if you like this video, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.